She thought kindness would heal them. She was wrong, at first. There was a time she believed love could fix anything. She believed that if she stayed gentle, if she stayed patient, if she stayed understanding, eventually, they would change. She believed kindness was medicine. She believed compassion could melt pride. That silence could calm anger. That loyalty could soften betrayal. She believed that if she just loved harder, people would heal. And for a while, she endured everything. The disrespect. The manipulation. The emotional distance. The quiet rejection disguised as misunderstanding. Whenever someone hurt her, she responded with kindness. Whenever someone raised their voice, she lowered hers. Whenever someone withdrew affection, she gave more. She thought, maybe they're just wounded. Maybe they just need more love. Maybe if I don't give up, they'll see my heart. But what she didn't realize was this. You cannot heal someone who is comfortable in their brokenness. Kindness is powerful. But kindness without boundaries becomes self-sacrifice in the wrong direction. She thought she was being strong. But slowly, she was becoming drained. There is a kind of exhaustion that doesn't show on your face. It shows in your spirit. She began to feel tired in ways she couldn't explain. Tired of explaining herself. Tired of forgiving the same patterns. Tired of being the only one trying. Still, she stayed. Because she believed love was supposed to endure everything. But here is the truth no one told her. Endurance is holy. But enabling destruction is not. There is a difference between carrying someone in prayer and carrying someone's irresponsibility. She thought kindness would heal them. But instead, it began to break her. Not all at once. Slowly. Like a leak in the soul. She started questioning herself. Maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I expect too much. Maybe I just need to be more understanding. And so she gave more grace. More time. More energy. More of herself. But the more she gave, the more they took. Because some people don't see kindness as a gift. They see it as access. And access without accountability breeds entitlement. She didn't know that yet. She only knew she felt empty. And one night, after holding everything together all day, she finally broke. Not in anger. Not in shouting. But in tears. The kind of tears that come from realizing you can't save someone who refuses to grow. She sat alone. And for the first time, she didn't pray for them. She prayed for herself. God, am I doing this wrong? That was the beginning. Because sometimes God allows you to reach emotional exhaustion so you can finally hear Him clearly. And what He began to show her changed everything. God did not rebuke her kindness. He corrected her direction. He showed her that kindness is not meant to be a tool for fixing people. It is meant to reflect His character. And His character includes boundaries. Jesus loved deeply. But He also walked away from those who refused truth. He healed the willing. But He did not force transformation on the resistant. And slowly, she began to understand. You are not called to be someone's savior. You are called to love wisely. Love does not mean staying where you are constantly dishonored. Love does not mean tolerating cycles that never change. Love does not mean sacrificing your peace to preserve someone's comfort. And here was the hardest lesson of all. Some people are not healed by your kindness. They are exposed by it. Your light reveals their darkness. Your consistency reveals their instability. Your peace highlights their chaos. And instead of healing, they resist. Because healing requires humility. And humility cannot be forced. She had mistaken patience for purpose. She thought the longer she stayed, the more meaningful her love would become. But sometimes staying longer only deepens the wound. God began to shift her perspective. He showed her that she was never responsible for someone else's transformation. Only her obedience. And obedience sometimes means stepping back. Not in bitterness. But in wisdom. There is a difference between being kind and being accessible to harm. And she had blurred that line. But she wasn't weak. She was pure-hearted. And God does not shame purity. He refines it. The first time she chose silence instead of explanation, it hurt. The first time she said no without apology, it felt unnatural. The first time she stopped overextending herself, guilt tried to creep in. But peace followed. And peace is confirmation. She began to realize that true kindness includes self-respect. True compassion includes discernment. True love includes truth. And slowly, she started healing. Not because they changed. But because she did. She stopped chasing their approval. She stopped justifying her boundaries. She stopped trying to convince people of her worth. And something incredible happened. The more she withdrew unnecessary access, the clearer she saw. Some people only valued her when she was convenient. Some people only respected her when she threatened to leave. Some people were never confused about her value. They just benefited from her silence. And that revelation stung. But it also freed her. Because once you see clearly, you can choose wisely. She thought kindness would heal them. But it healed her instead. It taught her resilience. It taught her discernment. It taught her that love must be aligned with wisdom. And here is where she was wrong, at first. She believed kindness alone could transform others. But she learned that transformation belongs to God. Your role is not to fix. It is to reflect. Reflect grace. Reflect patience. Reflect truth. But never at the cost of your own spiritual health. Some people enter your life to receive your love. Others enter your life to teach you boundaries. Both are lessons. And neither are wasted. God used her heartbreak to refine her heart. He used disappointment to sharpen her discernment. He used betrayal to strengthen her standards. And one day, she looked back and realized. If they had changed when she wanted them to, she would never have grown. Sometimes unanswered hopes protect you from delayed destruction. Sometimes rejection redirects you toward peace. Sometimes losing people is the only way to find yourself again. She no longer tries to heal those who resist growth. She prays for them. And she releases them. She no longer overextends to prove loyalty. She shows up where love is mutual. She no longer fears walking away. Because she understands now. You can love people from a distance. And distance does not mean hatred. It means wisdom. And here is the final truth. Kindness is still powerful. But kindness must be guided by discernment. Because not everyone who receives your goodness deserves unlimited access to your soul. She thought kindness would heal them. She was wrong, at first. But she was right about one thing. Kindness is strength. It just has to be paired with wisdom. And now, her kindness no longer drains her. It protects her. It elevates her. It aligns her with God. And she walks differently. Not colder. Not bitter. Just wiser. And that wisdom was worth the lesson.